Wagwan YouTube, Fikod here. So Bungie have just dropped the first ever full-length Destiny 2 trailer, and I can tell you it's fucking awesome. I'll have a link in the description if you want to watch it. I do recommend you do. But anyway, I'm going to be breaking it down with screenshots and talking about what it could mean for the future of Destiny. So anyway, let's get into it. First off, the tower is fucked. The Traveller looks absolutely destroyed, as does the last city. Very, very dramatic start to Destiny 2, I have to say, and it looks like Guardians are banding in the forest to almost reclaim the city. A very Lord of the Ringsy feel, I have to say. It looks like the city's actually been taken over by the Cabal, so it hasn't just been attacked, the Cabal have actually won, despite the Vanguard's best efforts, and I have to say the skirmish did look quite fierce. But the reason for the Vanguard's failure might be down to some of the new equipment the Cabal are using. As we can see, they've got these new energy shields and weapons, but we can also see some more of those Red Guard legionary soldiers with those weird meat cleavers, and they do look absolutely insane. We also got an insight into the new main antagonist of Destiny 2, Commander Gaul, or Gary as Cade 6 called him, so I call him Gary. And Gary was sat above the tower in his big daunting ship, but what's most interesting about the scene that we saw are smaller Guardian ships flying around his main ship shooting. Does that mean there's going to be space battles in Destiny 2? I'd very much like to think so, if I'm honest. Also, intriguingly, we got to see some sort of alien animals, and Cade was fighting them in the trailer. So does that mean there's going to be animals in Destiny 2? I'd very much like to think so again, as in, you know, we did see the Guardians rallying in the wilderness, so it would be odd to have no animals running around the wilderness. But like I said, you know, in Destiny 1 we did actually get to see wolves and stuff in some form, so maybe it's going to be the same in Destiny 2. But speaking of Cade, the characters we got to see in the trailer were obviously Cade, but also Zavala, Shaxx and Ikora. The rest of the characters are unknown if they're returning, so like the Speaker or the Cryptarch, but to be honest I can't really see them not returning. We didn't get any look at the Ghost or hear Nolan North's voice, which is quite odd, but he did confirm his involvement with Destiny 2 in an interview, so we're just going to assume he's returning as the Ghost. I'll link that interview in the description. So overall, it's a very funny trailer. It has a comparison of Zavala's inspirational speech and also Cade's sort of shabby, selfish speech, and it's a completely different marketing approach from Destiny 1. It's less about you becoming legend, and it's definitely being marketed on characters and story a lot more. Definitely looks a lot more fleshed out, and a hell of a lot more like a AAA. So what can we take from all this information? Well, it appears the main focus of the story is going to be taking back the city, our home, as Zavala called it. But it's not going to be as easy as it sounds. It'll be difficult, as all our gear and weapons was lost in the destruction of the tower, which Cade actually specifically said, which is very interesting. But don't worry, he also suggested a lot of loot, which I honestly can't wait to get my hands on. Speaking of loot, we did get to see a few returning weapons, like the Ace of Spades in Cade's hand in one scene, so will that mean some exotics are returning at launch? I'd very much like to think so, as, you know, it is a follow-on, it's not a completely clean slate. But the trailer confirms a release date of 8th of September, which backs up previous leaks, and it also tells us that if you pre-order now, you'll be granted early access to the beta. And you can actually go and pre-order Destiny 2 from the Destiny website, but also from the director in the game. But if I was you, I wouldn't go out and pre-order Destiny 2 straight away. I'd wait for some sort of gameplay demo or the beta of some sort, which might be closer than you think. Eric Osborne, a Bungie developer on Twitter, suggested that some sort of gameplay will be coming in May, which I am very, very excited for. But going back to that website that I mentioned, the website not only confirms a PC release now, that's 100% happening, it also announced some of the editions of Destiny 2 that are coming out, like Collector's Edition or Limited Edition, and it also contains the exclusive items they'll contain, so that's all very interesting. I'd go check that out. There's one like $200 version, the Collector's Edition, holy shit. But yeah, the website also gives us some insight into the Season Pass. Game hasn't even come out and they're advertising DLC, but the model of the Season Pass includes 2 expansions, very similar to that of Destiny 1. Hopefully the expansions will be a little bit better and have a lot more content. They appear to be Osiris themed and Rasputin themed, which I'm excited about already. 2 characters I feel were underutilized in Destiny 1 and need some airtime and expanding on, and hopefully Destiny 2 and its expansions will do that. But yeah, DLC everybody. Now, just before I wrap up this video, of course a Destiny 2 video could not be complete without some sort of leak. This leak comes from a European gaming site who essentially just listed Destiny 2 on their website, and along with it a description of the game which gives away some interesting details of the story. So it reads, "The last city on Earth has fallen before an overwhelming, invasive force under Gaul, the towering commander of the Red Legion. Guardians are running out of power, and the few survivors have left. You will venture into mysterious, uncharted worlds from the solar system to discover devastating weapons and combat abilities." Is that potential new subclasses? Maybe. "In order to defeat the Red Legion and face Gaul, you will need to gather the surviving heroes from the city and fight back together to claim back home." So again, that's going back to the idea of rallying the troops and taking siege of the city, but it also looks like the story may consist of us travelling around different planets and collecting familiar faces from Destiny 1 to help with the war effort. But I'll have a video where I go over this paragraph and some of my theories of the Destiny 2 story coming in probably about a week, so I would subscribe for that. But yeah, that's about it for today's video anyway. I will have a lot more content coming your way, especially Destiny 2 content in the coming weeks. Really excited for that. So I would suggest that you hit that subscribe button. While you're down there, may I recommend that you hit the bell to be notified on my uploads so you don't miss a thing. And you'll be notified on all the info and all the news as soon as it breaks. And you can go into school or work and be like, yeah, I'm the coolest cat around. I know all this Destiny 2 news before you scrubs, because Fikod got... I don't know where I was going that, but I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, a positive rating is always appreciated, as is a cheeky share. But your viewing and enjoyment is enough for me. I don't want to ramble on too much, so I'll see you in the next one, guys. I've been Fikod the Man, and bye-bye.